Good morning, world. How are we? It feels like officially winter. It's cold. People are wearing gloves and mittens where I live. It is exciting. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, here we are. Okay, so there's something here about eyes. Seeing, but I'm hearing more watching. And Spirit was showing me, for all of you who are familiar with that movie being John Malkovich, I'm seeing parts of when is it Cameron Diaz that's in his mind? Anyway, I'm getting Spirit showing me like basically someone being inside John Malkovich's mind and like looking out through his eyes. And but I'm not really getting I'm not getting anything scary, but it's more we'll see where Spirit's going with this. Yeah, I'm seeing like a big eyeball. And out of nowhere, because it's cold, it's so chilly, so I have my layers on. Oh, God. I'm getting hot now. Okay, so, yeah, we got the real passions going. Okay, let's put you over here. Oops. Okay, everybody. Okay, so, let's light a candle. Let's light a candle. Let's have a little smoke. Okay, so being inside, watching from the inside. It's almost like a remote viewing, but like remote viewing from inside someone. I know that's a little bit creepy, but I wonder if it's like, oh, is someone else psychic? Yeah, because that's sometimes what happens to me. Oh, I did a reading in the summer where it was like I was tuned into someone, but then it was like I went into their body and I could feel them touching someone's hair. I was like, whoa, like, yeah, okay, so, So is someone else psychic doing a little bit of accidental remote viewing? Or like, oh yeah, because it feels like it's inside. It's like the front seat's in the head. So it's like not only seeing, but like maybe seeing their thoughts. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I love that movie. Oh, and doesn't it have, oh, what's her name? The lead, besides Cameron, it's like, oh, I'm so terrible with names, but she's like a 9 million out of 10 babe. Catherine Keener? Oh, is my iPad still working? Oh, never mind. She's the one with the dark hair. Oh, what a smoke show. Total babe. Okay, I digress. Okay, so seeing, well, I got out, yeah, the Kimmy K's. Let's put the smoke over here for a sec. Okay, we got old Kimmy K. Kim Kranz, not Kim Kardashian, in case you don't know, in case you're new to the channel. Hey, yeah, I see I have some new followers. Thrilling. Always happy to have you. Hand to God. The vision. Fuck, guys. Every time this shit happens. And this looks like the top of my Tiger Bomb. Tell me this does not look like the top of my Tiger Bomb. I just put the smoke on top of the tiger. Tell me, someone, like, that looks to me. The vision. Oh my God, guys. We're off to the goddamn races. Ooh, okay, what do we got? Okay, well, we have the Ouroboros. We have two hands. Oh, yeah, see, there's a psychic. And look, this looks like an eye. I was going to say I was seeing the dragon eye out of the Wild Unknown deck. Okay. Yeah, the seers. The watchers. There's two psychic people here. Feeling each other. even if both don't know, it's like, yeah, I might have two people who are like on the regs, maybe not even actually very psychic, or like they feel like they don't, or they're not putting their time and attention. But when it comes to this one person, it's like, psh, psh, psh. And I don't know if they know that they're like tapping in. Yeah, winter vibes. I just practically said it's winter. Oh man, when we're coming in like this is the first card. Holy shit, cinnamon. Here we go. Yes. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Okay. Let's call in the crowd favorites real fast. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, and anyone that you're working and praying with. I just ask that we're just keeping the lower vibrationals just at the door. They can listen. They can listen. Can't interfere. Yeah, I always say that because I heard this one story about how this little girl, I forget, classic me, because I've taken so many stories in a day, something about to the effect of this little girl who was taught to pray for anyone. So in her childlike sensibilities was like, well, we have to pray for the devil too. Isn't that the person who needs the most prayers? Anyways, and I think she was maybe from a poor family. I think something tragically, I don't know, I forget something to this story. Something of like, someone died. I don't know if it was the little girl or something, but like, basically, a mysterious man showed up and said something to the effect of like, she was the only one who prayed for us, and so I wanted to pay it forward, like to do a nice act back in return. I'm really butchering it. Sorry, guys. But basically, the point being is that, like, wishing well for all things. Oh, yeah, because Spirit's showing me a weird story about, I think it was Ed Kemp, the serial killer. Yuck. But Spirit's showing me the part where when he was in prison, there's one guard, and it's not like he was extra nice to him, like the guard, but the guard just had some humanity, because this was back in the 50s and 60s, so like he had a bit of humanity, and so he just would like say good morning and address him as a human. And there was one time where I think like Ed Kemp didn't have a cigarette or a lighter, and so like the guard offered one, and Ed talked about that, like it did move him, even in his sociopathy. There was like, yeah, some spirits talk showing me here something about, now guys, don't get the britches all scared here. We're not talking about like giving our souls away to the devil here, but it's more this idea of like sharing good, I don't know, I feel like I'm just butchering it. Okay, Spirit, walk me through. You got these stories going, and we're locked in. Oh, this is about not I'm hearing converting your enemies, but going back to the watchers. There's a lot that watch us in the world. We have regular people, people who like us, people who love us, people who hate us, people who are jealous. Like, yeah, this idea of like all the different watchers, the way that we can watch inside and out. So I suspect, okay, there's going to be, yeah, the vision, the watchers. Okay, but this more ties into someone who, maybe one particular person or a couple people who have not necessarily had the greatest intentions. And there's something about you. They've been watching you. And I guess that whatever they've seen, what is this? The destroyer. And look, is that not an owl? Goddamn fucking eyes watching. Oh, you're destroying the enemy through your eyes. But what I'm hearing though is that you're destroying them by converting them. I'm seeing actually like respect, just like for that little girl. My understanding of the guy in the dark clothes that showed up was like a darker one, but it was literally, he was paying respects because he's like, no one else has prayed for us. No one else has wished me good things. And because of her kindness, he was repaying it. But again, it wasn't nefarious. It was really like an homage, like taking off the hat and being like, power recognizing power. Oh, converting. We're converting. Oh, look at the light. Look, red. And this is like a purple. It's elevated because the red is more root. And that's where the devil lives, right? In terms of like primal desires. Oh, you're destroying by converting. Wow. As above, so below, the winter. I'm telling you, this, I have to get out. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh man, we're locked in. We're locked in. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Where is that? Oh, the dragon eye's right here. Exactly. Exactly. Oh. And there must be the ability to convert, because look, again, it's about mastery. As above, so below. And I feel like the two owls, this wisdom. Okay. Okay, well, shit. I want to get some cards then. This guy. Okay, hold on. Okay. Grandma. Jesus. Oh, yeah, but my whole point to, like, when I say, and also because traditionally, like, when you get into kind of, like, Solomonic magic, from what I've read, anyways, basically, yeah, lots of people in the church, whatever, there's a history of, like, the different deities that exist, what some people call demons and angels. Anyways, there's levels, but, like, really, yeah. In terms of Christian roots, some of the people in the church, they've known for a long time that, like, in Solomonic magic, you can work with, like, angels and demons, but that's because they just basically all have a place within the universe, and they all have a gift and ability, as well as, like, yeah, we all have light and dark. Oh, interesting. Including the darkness. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Okay. So, Grandma, Jesus. Also, let's call her Mother Mary. And Mary Magdalene. I love those ladies. Ladies, please feel to join in today. I'm feeling you. Okay, well, these two for sure. Bear and elephant. Well, those are two heavy hitters. An elephant never forgets. Going back to, like, the man paying homage. Just like you never forget your enemy, and an enemy never forgets you, because you're only as great as your opponent. Both of you sharpen each other's swords. Oh, because I'm hearing my favorite person on Instagram. They go by the Erotics of Liberation, and I just learned yesterday they also have a tarot card deck. Anyway, whatever. This person, oh yeah, because yesterday what really got me going as I was stretching was they asked a lot of questions, but one of the questions they asked was, what is it you're pretending to not know about yourself? An elephant never forgets. Look! Oh my god, it's all coming together. See, look. The little bindi. Yeah, the third eye, the vision. Never forgetting. bear. And it was funny. I was in the kitchen making coffee, and I was just thinking about how Bonita and I were really cuddled up. We slept together all night. We're like two little, and I said, little bears in the bear den. And this, I don't know, this is like the cave. A little bear den in the winter, hibernating. But bears are known to be the herbalists, because bears always know where the roots are. And they eat a lot of berries and vegetables. But yeah, in the spirit world, they're known to be the great healers and the herbalists. I don't even, it's, oh, and then with the Tiger Balm soothes. It's a salve, like, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm telling you, there's some connection here between someone who's been watching you. Hey, oh my God, this looks like the eye. The yellow eye of the dragon. Oh my God, guys, so sorry. I feel like it's just like bing, bing, bing. And just like I was saying with the shark, I had this t-shirt that had the drawn shark and then a little message bubble that says, I have feelings too. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Grandma, tell me about what we would say is more of an enemy or a darker, lower vibrational, like being converted or like having respect to you now, having to tip their hat. Like I'm seeing a group of enemies or like people where like you've done something and even to them, they're like, they're having a genuine laugh, like laughing and being like, well played, like bravo, and literally and truly it's not an act, being like, it's power can still recognize power even if it's two ends, being like, okay, wait, they want one last one. Yeah. Oh, this is the dead end. I think you liberate something or someone from this. This is the only world that they've known. And it's like, through watching you, they were trying to destroy you. But you end up destroying them by liberating them. There's something about the humanity, or like seeing it, because everything wants to be seen. Yes. Everything in life wants to be seen, heard, listened to, recognized. Everything in nature. So by looking at them and not, something like not flinching or like not, I don't know. And this to me is like, because I have all three in a row. So like now it's like the dead end, the destroyer, the vision. It's like from them watching you to you having to redirect your gaze to them, because there's some kind of participation here. Like, yeah, if someone's kind of locked in on you, whether it's energetically or like, there's something here. Oh, wow, wow, wow. This is big time. And this looks like an eyeball in itself. But see, the color's taken out. Yeah, you bring the light. That's how the eye becomes yellow. This was like the enemy's eye. And by watching you, and maybe that remote viewing, going within and seeing your inner light, how it's done. Oh, because you know the saying, don't stare too long in the darkness in case it stares back, meaning you get pulled into the very thing that you're, fascinated, but like it's not in your best interest. Well, it was flipped. The darkness stared too long into the light, and the light looked back, gave a wink. Yeah, you're destroying the enemy, but in the most ass backwards way. By just being you, by being authentic, by being authentically in your light. And this thing or person gazed too long, and the light moved them. See? This becomes filled. And now, this person, place, or thing is never going to forget you because you've elevated them. And they're really tipping their hat. Wow. Let's just quickly read The Vision, the Destroyer, and the Dead End. Where's the book? Wow. Wow. This is... With that tiger bomb, like the soothing. You somehow assuaged their darkness, their wound. Very powerful. Holy Minuti. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, let's start off with the dead end, because I feel like it's the 3 chakras. And it's interesting, too, because we're seeing the red, the orange, and the yellow. And like I was saying, like, the devils really play with those, the first 3 chakras, you know, like our lusts, our desires, and where our fears are. Maybe you do. Maybe you have some, like, witchy, weird person, or, like, I don't know, whoever, put it wherever it resonates, but on some level, you have changed whoever's been watching you. Whoever's been watching you. Oh, I don't think they saw that coming, speaking of vision. Oh, Spirit, you're taking my breath away. This is the shit that literally grabs me by the short and curlies. Shirt. I also felt like I was going to say Shirley. Okay. Dead end, where are you? Where? Okay, hold on. Yes. Okay, you're not in that section. You're not there. Where are you? Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. This is where I'm like, okay, just start at the beginning and go slow. Okay, you're not in that section. Shadow, the self, the one. Oh my god, that's why Spirit stopped me. The shadow. The spirit. The one. Okay, but now can you show me where the dead end is? God. This is crazy. Okay, there you are. Okay, 143. I was like, this is... Okay. Non so babatso. Okay. Yeah. Wow. The dead end. The closed door. The final chapter. The impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. Yeah. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. Oh, because last night I was hearing the statue of limitations, but then Spirit was showing me this statue and it being a limitate. Okay, we're going to come back to that. Wow. Oh, the connections. Again, October is kind of like a portal for me. That veil gets real thin. This is a magical time for me. It is thick, dense, and uncompromising. A wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. Oh, there's a last page and chapter here. Yes. Something incredible is about to happen. I don't know what yet. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. Okay. I hope it's reciprocated. I'm delighted. It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning, hence the Ouroboros. And also it's winter, so that ending. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. Yeah, you just walk this person, place, thing, or entity into the light. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Oh, again, and the circle. Yeah. So someone or something was doing, it was in its element. It was trying to stop you. It was trying to block you. It was trying to fuck with you. But you weren't staring at it. It was staring at you. It was watching you. And it watched too long. And what it saw changed it. It elevated it. And it had to acknowledge it. Because again, once you see something, you can't unsee it. You're forever changed. You can't unsee it. I could scream. Oh, yeah. Note that in most stories and movies, the moment the protagonist reaches the dead end, something riveting happens. You are the protagonist. Reflect on dead ends in your past that led to unimaginable wonders. The moment you accept the ending, a feeling of grace will arise. Doors begin to open, both inside you and the world. Okay, I have to show you from Kipper because there's a statue in here. And all day when I was marching around yesterday, in that silence, and I just laid in the sun. Okay, where is the statue? I just kept hearing Statue of Limitations. Yeah. But this is great fortune. Something that was trying to limit you. I see it as this person, but it's like this person has an energy. And with Statue of Limitations, time's up. There's a finite amount of time that goes with a Statue of Limitations. Wow. But look, it's a great, I forgot that this is what the statue was in this deck, that it's associated with great fortune. Okay, well, we're gonna put that at the top here. Holy, I have the shiveries so hard right now. I could just scream. Okay, let's continue reading. Okay, so we have the den, and now we have the destroyer. $107, okay. Well, 107 equals 8, and 8 is abundance. Okay, you ready? The savage, the unexpected, the rejected. The destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. That's so true. We cannot grow in comfort. Maybe a whisper, but like I said, pain, it's an elevator straight up to ascension if you want to take it there. Great teacher. Because pain is uncomfortable, is more my point. It doesn't have to be pain, but pain tends to be the most uncomfortable. Same with boredom. And that's why when you're bored, you're uncomfortable, but it leads to great things. Okay, hold on. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll. The ground opens up and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride, the destroyer has arrived. In old tales, the destroyer sometimes appears as a black dog. Other times it takes the form of gods or goddesses such as Shiva, Kali, and Apophis? Consider Picasso's statement, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. Well, even birth, like when a baby's coming out of a woman's body, it's destroying the woman's body a little bit. It's painful. My heart's racing. And Picasso, he was born dead, actually. The story goes that someone breathed cigar smoke, like he wasn't breathing. I think even the umbilical cord was kind of wrapped around his neck, one of those stories. Anyways, he was brought to life. I think the surgeon or the doctor, everyone smoked back then, blew some cigar smoke into his face, gave him a little pat after, and he came. But he's a Scorpio. I know we're still in Libra season. Okay. Oh boy, this is so thrilling. Okay, the vision. Threads of a soul unseen. 175. Yeah, and like I really had to look, right, for these in the thing. Like sometimes I just find them easy breezy, but like I had to look. There's so much here about watching, seeing, vision. The vision. The dream, the imagined, the revealed. It is said that it is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment that we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. Yes. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. Yeah. See, this is what I mean. Attracting all types. Those with the vision. Yeah. Something a little bit darker. They thought that they could just watch and not be moved or changed. They thought they were going to be the one to change you. Because also, this is heavy, right? It is like molasses. And that's why if you aren't strong enough in your own self, your own light, your own energies, these types of things, they want to pull you down. It's heavy. It's lecherous. It's parasitic, right? But if you've done enough work, I don't know, I just see there's like a lightness that if you can unshackle and then be way up, yeah, you can watch till the cows come home. You can try to pull, but you can't. And then this is the thing that gets changed. Yeah, we all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery, bring back the dreams. Look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old records and poems. These are all ways to activate vision. You can gauge how connected you are to your vision by how tired you are. And since the vision feeds us energy, it affects our life force and vitality. Wow. Okay. I want to use the runic deck to tap into the energy of this. Who or what was watching you? I'm guessing. Yeah. Who is watching and then got changed? Like, who is this enemy, this dark thing that was trying to, again, be a statue of limitations? Block you. They're a 9 of Pentacles. But look. Oh, they're cocky. They're cocky. Look. That's a polar bear. For any of you that don't know, the polar bear is the largest bear on Earth. Where I was born and raised in the Northwest Territories, they're huge. In fact, a polar bear, when I was little, had to be shot in our backyard because it was a fly-in community, a community of 300 people. Only one vehicle. It was all dog sleds and boats and polar bear territory. And so occasionally a polar bear would come into town. So dangerous, so huge. So this is someone who loves to go around collecting trophies. Yeah. Again, they go after big and powerful things. As this would, right? Because it's a trophy. Yeah. They become more powerful, they feel, like when they can go the trophy. And so they have a few trophies here. Yeah, they're sitting comfortably. And so they thought that you would be the next polar bear. The next polar bear rug. Oh, the bear! You're the bear, and look, who's thriving? Look at this bear. He's not a rug. Oh, and he's a healer. Oh, yeah, there's something about poaching trophies. He's missing a tusk. Oh, this darkness thought that you were going to be a notch on their belt. Yeah, just like opponents. You go after bigger and better opponents because you're only as great as your opponent. So the darkness came for your light, thinking it was going to snarf it up, poach it, make it a trophy. And now that's them. And because now they're skinned. And see, look, this bear actually looks, look, he's having a laugh. I feel like that's this darkness. That was like, well played. Oh, well played, my guy. Sometimes even things have to acknowledge and being like, yeah, power recognizing power, being like, fuck, I thought I had you. Like a true opponent would. You know, some opponents, when they lose, they're a poor sport, but there's something about this darkness, this enemy, this person. They are truly moved. They're truly moved and changed forever. And somehow you defeated them. You changed them. And look. And now I feel like, to be honest, I feel like this is you. Because look who's there, that owl. We see the owl right here. And there's 2 of them. Holy shit. And see, what was supposed to be, again, a statue of limitation. You just, like, unbeknownst to you, it's like your great fortune. Okay, I want to know more about this person. Place or thing. Who else is this dead end? Tell me more about them. It is spiritual. Look, it's the light and the dark. It's spiritual. Oh my god, I'm telling you. Even look at the elephant and the bear. Again, power recognizing power, light and dark. Because also, like, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like, I just feel like we've all been here at some point in our evolution as spirits. Like, whether you believe in past lives or not, I subscribe to that. You don't have to. I don't push my beliefs. It's what I subscribe to. I do believe in past lives. And if I think about all of the lifetimes I could have ever spent anywhere and just ask myself, is it possible I've done terrible things in all of these lifetimes as I've evolved as a spirit? Hell fucking yeah. Is it possible? And I feel like just like the Ouroboros, like all we do is just take turns playing out all these different roles because the spirit, the God self is just wanting to push itself to all of its limits to understand. It's about learning. Yeah. I don't know who your great enemy or who this entity is, but just how, like, when I talk about, like, what started, I think, the whole, me starting this channel, it started with, like, again, huge downloads in the fall. Oh, yeah. But when I was trying to understand the cluster B, the NPDs, from a spiritual lens, and I heard the ascended and the descended masters. So in which the level of which that you ascend, you will always have a counterpart that is equal in proportion that is descended. So no matter where you go, if you go this high up, that means that there's someone who is going to teach you something, and they're very descended, but to equal proportions, right? There's like a middle. So as much as you're up here, they're going to be as equal down there, because you have to have a sparring partner. And look, the elephant, which is the light, it's right here, right now. It's facing right here, right now. But look what the shadow is that now has the light in the eye. It's future forward. So by you being authentic right here, right now, in the present, as always, you've taken whoever this person is that has had a lot of darkness. They are now moving more into the light. Now, by how many increments? I don't know. Does this mean that this person's safe? I don't know. But what is being shown here is that by them, yeah, the opposite. Because it applies to both. Yeah, don't stare into the darkness in case it stares back and pulls you in. It's the same for the darkness. Yeah, because the darkness is attracted to the fucking light, right? Like a moth to a flame. Like a moth to a flame gets burned. But instead of getting burned, it was changed. Okay. What else? What else can you tell me about this? Person, place, or a thing that's been watching from the inside out. Like, that's what I mean with being John Malkovich. I feel like this is what I mean, the celebration. I just see a whole bunch of like enemies, but kind of old school, like you know how even back in the day, by military standards, there were rules of engagement that like at sundown, everyone would stop fighting. There was like certain, again, decorum and protocols and like ways of doing things. So I feel like yeah, like even with fighters, there's rules. I feel like you beat this person even though you weren't competing, but you did. The limitations, there are no limitations. You are limitless, you are boundless, and you're authentic. It's not fake. And that's why this enemy, this darkness, they cannot help but literally celebrate you to some extent. You've moved them. You have their respect, truly. And see, they're holding up a cup. It's very moving, to be honest. Because again, going back to like, when you've never been seen, it's the big soul crusher. We know on a psychological level, they did all those terrible studies in what, the early 50s or 60s, where they took those babies and they deprived them of any kind of physical contact and acknowledgement. And then the babies died. Oh, I can't even talk about it. I think it's just, in the name of science, just terrible. I don't know how you could ever, whatever. But what was learned from that, though, from a social standpoint, is that like removing acknowledgement by erasing people, by completely giving them nothing, no emotion, it literally killed those babies. And to like remove affection, but it's about that being seen, being acknowledged. And that's why, like, I always say, like, fuck, man, I want this world, this earth to evolve. And if it means praying for everyone to be healed, including the fucking dark fox, like, so be it. Like, because again, for me, it's always about holding up the receipt of, like, what is my end goal in my own life with people who do terrible things to me? Is about punishment and really sticking it to them, or is about wanting them to understand their impact, what they've done, so that they can be moved enough to be like, wow, and to heal that. Okay. I want some more animal cards on this energy, entity, person, place, or thing. Okay. Grandma, can I have 3 cards that sum up this person, place, or thing? Okay, these two. The hummingbird and oyster. Well, hummingbird, again, it's fast. Again, I really think you've somehow elevated this person, because see, look, this is closed. It's on the bottom of the ocean or in water where it's dark. It's not seen, but it has a pearl. The pearl, again, we all have it within us. Just like how you cannot look at this candle. Even this candle has a bit of darkness. Look at all that light to that little bit of darkness, and it goes, everything has its match. So with all that darkness, there has to be a light. And somehow your light has allowed it to elevate, to be seen. Wow. Okay, last card is going to come from Kim, and then we're done. Oh, I think the message is right here. See, look, the cave, the bear den, that cave in the mountain. I'm telling you, you brought light into that darkness. They watched your light for 2. Oh, and there's eyes here. Yeah, look at those eyes. And then the other card is the kiss. And see, that to me is that big eye again. This person, I'm telling you, this person, place, or thing, it's nothing but respect now. At some level, and I don't know if it's a human right now, that again, on the spiritual level this is occurring, and on some level deep inside, like, I don't know if it's quite computed to their humanness. Like, so again, this person might still be a bit terrible. I don't know, but there's something here. Yeah, the 2 of you walking hand in hand. And even with our own selves, right? Reaching out to the darkness of our own selves, where our shadows live. And as I've already discussed, from my own understanding of how a shadow part of myself came out to talk to me, it was like really clear And I approach it now with so much reverence, love, and compassion. And talking. Again, seeing them and being like, I see you. I see you. I understand now. And I'm not gonna abandon you. I'm not gonna leave you here. Which reminds me of like the Bodhisattva, the vow, the Buddhist. The idea of that there's people who come back, who make it a vow to come back, reincarnate again and again and again here until we're all liberated. Ugh. It just really touched me. Yeah, the crack of light. See, look, where there was division, it's the light that brings two people together. Wow. I gotta sit with this. I didn't even know. Oh yeah, and here, that just randomly is the empty room. See, again, the darkness. I'm telling you, there's something here about the darkness. The darkness was trying to envelop you, to make you a notch on the belt, and they've somehow been changed. The way I'm seeing it, feeling it on like a cosmological level is really profound. I'm really moved. Really moved. Oh. It's like that little girl praying. See, it reached out into the darkness, but instead of being afraid, it was just brought compassion. Because now Spirit's reminding me about this story about this guy who was like losing his shit on the New York subway. And everyone was like, he was being really aggressive. He's being, by all intents and purposes, like being really scary, not behaving in a way that is great for everyone. And this little old woman just like went up to him and asked him if he needed a hug and if she could hold his hand. Oh, and then he calmed down. Now, we don't always see this, because sometimes, like, that guy could have fucking punched her in the face, but, like, I don't know. There's something here about, like, moving statues of limitation with being authentically in the light. It's not forced. Just like with that prison guard. He didn't do anything crazy. He treated that Ed Kemper like a human. Didn't remove, again, all the things so that he was erased. The little civilities. And it allowed someone to grow and evolve just a little bit. Even if that increment, because just like a death by 1,000 paper cuts, you can bring things to life with, I guess, paper cuts. We're going to use that. Oh, I'm totally moved. I haven't even had my morning meditation yet. Wow. What are the things that we're pretending to not know about ourselves? I don't know. Guys, I'm a bag of nerves now. Holy. Yeah, I gotta go because that was like, my mind is blown. I'm moved. I'm totally moved. Well, I hope there was something in there for you. I just had an incredible time. I love these types of readings. Oh, just beautiful. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Stay blessed, stay golden out there. Yeah, it just feels like a big hug. Ah, that energy. Wow. Yeah, I gotta sit with that for a bit. Okay, take care out there. Just beautiful. Yeah, that deserves two stay blessed, stay goldens. Okay. See you in a bit, I'm sure.